Good afternoon. It's a beautiful Arkansas day. It has been a minute since I actually got to make a fun video where I'm out getting to do stuff, but between turkey season and baseball season, we have been on and popping around here. What I want to cover today is traps. Like, maybe this is better and maybe we can do more than with this than what we think. All right? Stick around. So why I want to talk about these, right? So obviously, I'm not. Let's get one thing off the gate right now. These aren't sturdy. Okay, these are not as sturdy as like a 110 conibear, a 120, any type of metal foothold conibear trap. Those are going to last longer than these. But now these are easy to find. They're dirt cheap. They're lightweight. You could probably make some feather sticks off this and use it as a tinder source too. So it's kind of meeting, two standards here, right? But maybe these have a place in your kit because this one's a big one. You seen the small one earlier for like some micro trapping and stuff, but this one here obviously is big enough to probably catch a squirrel, definitely catch a mouse. It could probably kill a rabbit, maybe a small possum, maybe a raccoon would probably eat this thing for lunch. Um, but so it may have a case. But I was reading the other night where people talk about using this as a bird trap, right? So they put a frog or a fish here. They have a line coming off, and it's to an anchor, right? And the bird hits it, gets caught, pulls the trap away. The rock pulls down, drowns the bird. There you go. The bird's floating there, just like you would for like a beaver trap or anything like that, right? You want to leave enough line so they drown. Well, so that made me think about like how are some different ways I could use this to as a trap. Like if I had this in my kit and say I'm in a spot where there's no waterfowl, but I have plenty of water. So I want to turn this into an automatic fishing trap. Like you've seen yo-yos before, I'm sure that's what we call them. But I'm going to modify this into being a fish trap because it can set a hook and it has that loud audible that that pop that we're all familiar with. So if I was had a couple of these that were again lightweight, and I could probably use a smaller one for that for fishing. I'm just using this bigger one so it's better on camera. But again, if it's moving just this much, that's enough to set the hook. That's all we're looking for here, right? And I can carry these, and if I'm away from the water source or anything, if I'm camping a little ways off of it, I can hear that snap. I can hear that snap go off, telling me, "Hey, dinner's over there at the pond. Maybe I need to go get it." So I'm gonna show you what I did. I have a plan in my mind of how I'm going about this, but you can see I haven't done it quite yet. But we're gonna put this together and see if we can't catch a fish. Okay, so I'm going to take my awl on my Swiss Army knife here, and I'm going to start drilling a couple holes here at this top portion. Okay, I'm going to put one in the center so I'll be able to pull the trigger to trigger the trap, and I'm going to drill a couple through here so I can do like a girth hitch kind of thing onto a limb so I can hang this above the water. So I can either hold it out above the water or I can mount it, put it on the edge of the pond so it can sit there and give a little bit while the fish is hitting it. That is what we're looking for. And this is what I'm going to end up with, right? So I'll just tie the bowline knot to the trigger coming down here. I have another bowline knot here that I'll tie my fishing string into. And this will just be used to wrap around a tree limb or however I want to secure it. We got one. Oh, yeah, look at that one too. That is a good one. Perfect hook set. I just turned the camera off. I swear to you, I just turned the camera off. That is a good fish. There he is. Oh, yeah. There we go. So there you go. A mousetrap to catch fish with. Like I said, I've seen people talk about these before. I don't know if I've seen anybody catch fish with them. Maybe I invented it. Who knows? But that was pretty cool. I caught 2 fish right off the bat. I did turn the camera off on the first one, so you don't hear that snap. I waited like 15 minutes and didn't get to bite. I was about to pitch out to a different spot. Uh, patience while fishing, guys. But I've been wanting to do that. I've had this sitting in my house for like 30 or 45 days. I'm like, I just want to go out here and make a trap with it. And I'm so glad that worked. So again, hey, they're not durable. They're not as good as like a 110 or 120 conibear. Like I said, they're not metal, but I mean, these components are cheap, especially with this big what I was called a pan, I guess. Would we call it a pan on this, guys? This big pan. Anybody can set this. It's super easy. Like, conibears, you got to squeeze down hard. You got to have some grip strength. I bet a young child could probably do these. And if this bites you, it's not going to be that bad. I mean, it's going to hurt, but it's not going to be as bad as sticking your hand in a conibear, right? But throw a couple of these in your pack. Go play with it. I mean, that was a really fun little thing. So, hey, again, thanks for watching. Check out ArkansasSurvival.com. We have some courses coming up later in the year. And let me know what you think. If you can do it better, let me know. Thanks for watching.